Ben Longley was brilliant and athletic, but not immune to mental illness or addiction.
Tonight, we bring you a special eye on Kellaland dealing with a personal struggle and a horrific outcome.
May was Mental Health Awareness Month, but as Kellaland's Angela Kennecke reports tonight, Ben's parents are sharing his story to keep the conversation going in hopes of letting other families know they're not alone. The Longleys frantically tried to help their college-age son, having no idea of the difficult road ahead of them.
The Longleys moved to the United States from South Africa when their youngest child, Ben, was 5. He grew into a very social kid.
They would often come out to our lake cabin on the 4th of July, big groups of kids, and just come and pitch tents and have a blast.
He and his dad shared a love of hunting, golf, and debate.
We had good, long discussions about multiple topics.
And he was so smart.
Yeah, very smart.
You must have been so proud of him.
A great kid.
Ben was forever negotiating, and he said to his dad, "If I score over a 30 on my ACT, would you buy me a Ford F-150? Well, he scored over a 30 on his ACT, so he did get his Ford F-150.
His parents had no way of knowing that the truck would bring much more sorrow than joy in the end. They sent their bright son off to the University of Nebraska, where he received a 4-year scholarship for academics. Then, in the spring of his junior year, he showed up on their doorstep unannounced.
Arriving at 5:30 in the morning and just absolutely terrified.
He had lost about 40 pounds in weight. It was clear that things were not going right with him. And it's terrifying for a family.
He told his parents he'd been prescribed Adderall to help him concentrate, and he'd been smoking marijuana at night to try to sleep. Then, on a family trip, Ben had a break from reality.
He had spoken to a father of a young girl that he knew, and he needed to come back to Sioux Falls to marry her, and he needed a car, and he wanted to leave right then. And in his mind, that conversation was as real as the conversation you and I are having right now. We tried to get him into a psychiatrist. That in itself was so difficult because nobody wanted to take new patients.
Tried every resource we could possibly find, and unfortunately the mental health industry as a whole, and Sioux Falls is included in that, is very fragmented, it's overworked, it's understaffed. It is a big problem.
Eventually, Ben was admitted to Avera Behavioral Health, where he was put on antipsychotic medication. A month later, he got an appointment with a psychiatrist.
Paul and I were both in the doctor's room with him, and this doctor told Ben that, "Let me tell you about life of a schizophrenic. You will be homeless. You will live under a bridge. You will never form a relationship because people with schizophrenia do not know how to have relationship. Your friends will all leave you because they won't understand what to do with you, and you'll be called a."
Lee says in that moment, she lost her son.
You can lose your child more than once, and you just saw the hope even diminish more. He wasn't who he was. Ben knew that Ben had gone, the Ben who was our son.
Ben had 3 diagnoses: schizophrenia, anxiety, and depression. He was also self-medicating.
So he knew that his thoughts were just racing away in every direction. And he also admitted to us that he was still not sleeping on all the sleeping medication he was on and had turned to alcohol as a coping mechanism.
We actually thought for some time that he had stopped drinking completely.
Then on May 19th, 2020, Ben told his parents he wanted to go for a drive in his F-150.
We thought he wanted to get in his car and go for a drive because he was feeling okay. We were proud of him. And that is the day that Ben was involved in that terrible accident.
Ben's pickup collided with 60-year-old Dale Rawleg's car in southern Sioux Falls on Cliff Avenue.
And a vehicle pulled out in front of Ben, and Ben hit the back of the vehicle.
Rawleg died of his injuries.
And when he found out he had died, another part of Ben died. The guilt of even being a part of something so horrific. It was hard for him.
Ben's blood alcohol level was over the legal limit. Following the crash, Ben sought treatment at the Avera Addiction Care Center. But once he was released, reality set in as he faced first-degree manslaughter charges.
He certainly felt, I think, terrible about disappointing us, his parents, and his friends.
And you didn't have any indication he was going to complete suicide?
None at all, unfortunately. I spoke to him midday and then got home at 4 o'clock and found that he was deceased in the house.
You found him?
Yeah.
He hung himself.
We could look at it in a lot of ways, purely from our own grief or from his release.
The Longleys say that being open about Ben's struggle has led to other families sharing their own. They believe more conversations like this one can save lives. And if they had one last chance to say something to Ben, it would just be this.
How proud we are to have been his parents, and just how much we will love him and carry his name forward in the hope that other families can be spared this tragedy.
The Longleys now host a golf tournament in Ben's name to benefit Lost and Found, a suicide prevention nonprofit which focuses on college-age students. The second annual Long Ball 22 Classic Golf Tournament will be held on July 22nd at Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort. We've put all of the details on KELOLAND.com.